What's up, geeks? My name is Joey, otherwise known as the Iron Cowboy Gunner Lang, here on When Geeks Collide, and Steve has graciously allowed me to do a unboxing video for you guys. I'm excited about this one. If any one of you know me, ask anyone who does know me, I am a huge Green Lantern mark. So when I found out that McFarlane was releasing this particular Green Lantern figure, I was stoked as hell and could not wait to get my hands on it. And I figured, since Steve does a lot of the Marvel Legends and some of the DC Multiverse, I figured I would dip into that with my Multiverse fandom, because the way he seems to be with his Legends, he'll just grab left, right, and center. I'm that same way with Multiverse. I'm a huge DC nut. So right off the bat, you can tell, like, McFarlane obviously does a fantastic job at this. Like, the sculpt is just immaculate, like ripped right out of the comic book. And you can see in the back there, you have the little thing that McFarlane's been doing with their DC Multiverse figures. They have a collectible card that has like info on the back. It's basically like the baseball cards, but for like action figures, and it's awesome. I actually have a little customized card book that I've got together for all of my Multiverse figures and the cards that I've collected from all of them. So this one's going to be going in here right as soon as I get that open. I love that artwork on the back. I think that's from Rebirth. Justice League number 6, 2018. So yeah, probably Rebirth. Yeah, duh, it says right here, DC Rebirth. Anywho, I'm gonna get this puppy open. So I like the way they box it too. I do like to get my figures out and let them breathe. But I also like to keep the boxes so I can, in the event that I need to move them or whatever have you, I can repackage them, pack them neatly. And for all the extra pieces, like if they have extra hands, then I can keep them in there and not just wandering about, floating loosely. So there's the packaging. And if this will come out, there we go. I love that background. Got all the like retro comics from the golden age. It's kind of like decorating the background there. And I kind of like to, as much as I can, not demolish the entire box from the inside, just so I can, again, you know, have it for when I need it. So I'm just going to use this, get that stand open. I love how he supplies the stands. The McFarlane Company, they have the stands for your figures. I know how Steve does that 360 view, and sometimes has trouble with it. These make it a hell of a lot easier. There's that, and I gotta be especially careful, almost surgical, with getting the card out, because I do not want to damage or fray the edges. So I'm just gonna go nice and careful there. Don't want to bend it either, gotta be careful. There we go. And there we have him. Green Lantern John Stewart. I have a hierarchy of like who my favorite Green Lanterns are. Of course I would. He may not be the number one, but he is really high on my rankings. He is, out of all the characters that DC has introduced into Green Lantern, he is he is definitely the most respectable one. And he was my intro back in the Justice League animated series when I was a kid. That was the first like Green Lantern I was ever made privy of to the concept of. So we look at that again. Awesome artwork from DC Rebirth. I love how they have his like army equipment on his back, and he has his Gatling gun, which actually is in the figure. So we'll get to that in a sec. But I know Steve likes to read the backs, so let's look at that. Like I said, Justice League number 6 in 2008. John Stewart, 6'1", not much taller than me, 200 pounds. Wish I was still 200 pounds. John Stewart is a former U.S. Marine who uses his military training and discipline to protect Earth and the rest of Space Sector 2814 as a member of the intergalactic peacekeeping force known as the Green Lantern Corps. As Green Lantern, John wields a power ring, which creates a protective shield around him, allowing him to fly, and generates hard light energy constructs in the form of anything he imagines, fueled by willpower. Green Lantern's power ring is one of the mightiest weapons in the universe. Fun fact, because I like to think that I know damn near everything there is to know about Green Lantern up to this point. Fun fact is, for John Stewart, he has the most complex constructs that he creates with his ring. Being an architect as well, apparently they say because he builds his constructs from the inside out, making them more dense. So if you got if he makes a tank, he makes every part of that tank, every nut and bolt of that tank in that construct, whereas most other Green Lanterns will just kind of make the image thereof, whatever they're making. So enough of that. Let's get right to the, first I'm just gonna, a nice quick little spot right here in my book. Oh, missed. Botched that spot. There we go. And there he is, right there. Probably organize it again at some other point. Now, let's carefully get this little plastic off. There we go, that wasn't so hard. Now, let's see. Now, get the arm there. Let's angle that up a bit more again. There we go. So there we got, and you got that kind of constructed armor on him. That's sick. And it has a little hole in the back for his backpack that he has on there. Jeez, look at that. Holy crap, look at that detail. Oh my god. The symbols everywhere. My god, just even on these little additional pieces here. Let's take that off for a quick sec. Wow. 7-inch scale, as is typical with McFarlane. Tons of articulated moving joints. I forget exactly how many, but a lot. Oh, Steve likes to do that how can he kick his butt thing. Oh, he can get right almost up there. That's pretty good. Let's see. All right, let's throw that energy construct armor back on him and get out his accessories. Let's get his pack and his Gatling gun, which anybody who reads Green Lantern knows John Stewart is synonymous with these. So we got this cool little pack here, you can imagine as reminiscent of his army training and time in the army. Let's throw that on there. Which one does he hold that with? Let's throw that. Screw it. Let's put it on that hand. Don't want to wreck it, but man, this is always the scariest part for me. I'm trying to put things on and not wreck them. I guess that's the scariest part for any figure collector, is trying to get all the extra parts on there without doing too much damage. Oh, crap. And there goes one of the hand, not off, but just doesn't grip very well yet. I know Steve says, and I didn't know this until I started really watching his figure reviews, is if you kind of hold it under a heater, or a hair dryer or whatever, heat it up, it does make it, not only for a little bit, but and then it makes it easier to articulate. Wow, that's badass. Look at that, holy crap. And just for a fun comparison, I'll get that out of the way. I have from Mattel. I got a couple years ago or so. That's not gonna, no, you know what? There we go. Get that stand on it. I have my other John Stewart Green Lantern figure that I got as a part of the Ninja Batman Build-A-Figure series right here, because I thought it'd be interesting to compare. It's a 6-inch scale, so obviously a little smaller, and I'm not gonna crap on this one at all, but it's, you can clearly see that the McFarlane company has done so much more care and work into it. Like, you can tell, like, every detail on here, right down to like the emblem right there. It's got texture to it, whereas this one is like, you know, it's all a paint job, and it's a decent paint job at that, don't get me wrong, but could be better. I was just happy to have it, and honestly I still am. My favorite part is one of his removable hands, you know, has like the light shining off the power ring, but the rest of it, just, it doesn't look at all like John Stewart in the comics. Like, just, it's, you can tell he's got the uniform and all that, and well, it actually, the box, if I have it here, has the same artwork on it that this new McFarlane one is based on. So, pulled from the same, both of these figures pulled from the same inspiration, but clearly one vastly outdoes the other. Again, I'm still happy with both, but I am so glad I have this one now. This is amazing. Now, if I were to rate this, I mean, if I were to be as biased as you can imagine I would be, being a Green Lantern mark, I would easily give it a 10 out of 10, but that's way too easy to do. I don't want to cop out that way, especially on my first figure review. I'm going to give it a solid 8.5. Nah, screw it. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Obviously, there's like, there is room for more things that could have been done. You could have added more of these like construct pieces. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan. I don't know if you can tell, but like all these extra little tiny details in the costume, little lines there, has a very Injustice vibe to it, and honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of that. Those outfits, they look too practical, in my opinion. I mean, I guess probably can't judge comics very harshly that way. Whereas, you know, this one's like the sleek. You see all the creases of his muscles. Looks like a Greek god, but we're not going to get into that. So yeah, solid 9 out of 10. I can't do a 360 little spinning gimmick that he's got, but I can show you. I can show you the old-fashioned way, spin it around just like the Pioneers. Yeah, really excited about that. I have more Multiverse figures that I am definitely going to be collecting that are comparable to other figures that I got for DC Multiverse from like Mattel, for example. So I could probably do this again. This would be great. Anyway, there you got it. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Steve really appreciates that. Jeff really appreciates that. I really appreciate that for him. He's doing a lot of great stuff here, sharing his passion with everyone, and I think that's awesome. He does benchmark giveaways. His big 1,000 subscriber benchmark is going to be a scale AEW figure ring. Super stoked for that. I personally wish I could get in on that. I hope I can. That'd be great. He gives away other figures along the way. He announces them every now and then, and they're always great, always cool, right from his personal collection, so you know for a fact that it's good stuff. Anyway, like and subscribe, and as Steve always says, geeks out. Sorry, you probably thought the video was done there, but I just realized I forgot to shamelessly plug my socials. So if you want to find me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. On Instagram, it's IC_GunnerLang, and it's the same on Twitter, IC_GunnerLang. On Facebook, just type in Gunner Lang, chances are you'll find me. If you want to go any further than that, you can find my brand new comic book company that I just started, Horizon Comix, and that's comics with an X at the end, just because. You can find that on Instagram and Facebook. Just type in Horizon Comix. I just released my first comic. I'm really excited about it. I'm going to try to stay as up to date as possible on there, so keep up to date with that with me if you'd like. If not, that's fine too. Again, like this video, or if you dislike it, do that too. Either way, it helps with the YouTube algorithm. Steve really appreciates it. We all appreciate it here at WGC. So with that all said, have yourself a great day. And of course, again, as always, geeks out.